think the TV's on somewhere. Definitely hearing some voices, but the voices are real. They were on the TV. Thank you very much. Hi, Lita. How are you, Angel Pie? My sister and her kids are staying in this room, so toothbrushes and retainers in the background. But I'm good. How are you feeling? Just walked into your room off work. Hey, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. How you been feeling? Jupiter moved into Gemini. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. I started my Patreon. Let me see if I can. It never wants to let me chat. You missed me yesterday. That's okay. I'm here today. 1 second. Let me put this. Okay. Enlightened. So I put the link to the Patreon there. If you go to Patreon, type in Lover Goddess, you should be able to find me. I started posting on there. I have exclusive podcast episodes. I have information regarding how to pull your birth chart, how to find where Jupiter and Gemini is going to expand you in your life. I have yesterday's live video there. So some of the lives that I do, I'm not going to have like listed on my profile. They will be unlisted. So if you catch me live, you win. But they will be living over on Patreon. Yeah, it's enlightened. Yeah, I know. It's weird because when I'm on my iPad, it lets me chat while I'm live. So I'm like, what's happening here? But today is the day that Jupiter moves into Gemini. And it's also kind of strange because the websites, I don't know if they're like a day behind or what. At least one of the Astro ones, you have to push it forward. It doesn't show Jupiter moving there yet. So maybe it's just like the time zone aspect, but Jupiter moves into Gemini today. And personally, I already feel it. I'm feeling it. Maybe it's the caffeine. But maybe not. Maybe it's just Jupiter and the hopefulness that it brings. So I want to share a couple things that I learned from another astrologer. He uses like color theory to work with the different. I'm getting my eyebrows done in the next day or two. Don't look too close, okay? Don't look. But he uses color theory to work with the planets. And he was saying if you want to harness and embody, if you intentionally want to embody Jupiter, to wear the color blue. So this includes like blue jeans and pants and all of that for the next year. Like incorporate blue into your outfits on purpose for Jupiter. All right, be like, Jupiter, you see this? It's for you, my guy. I'm channeling you. I'm channeling your energy. I'm channeling your abundance. All of that. So I thought I would share that with you since I learned it yesterday. Wear blue, incorporate blue. Get some jewelry, get a bracelet, get some crystals, wear some jeans, get some blue sneaks. I don't know. Don't know. Yes. Yes. That's what I want to do too. I want to put more blue with my logo and things like that. That's such a smart idea. Or do like a blue font or just like something. From now until June 9th, 2025. Okay. So that's the energy to tap into if you want to expand Jupiter. Now, he was also saying his advice for if you want to channel that Jupiterian energy is to focus. Because Jupiter likes it when you focus. Jupiter likes it when you focus. And this is also ties into what I've been talking to you guys about in terms of like choosing just a couple of things that you want to focus on and grow over this next year period. And, you know, if you're able to grow it before the transit ends, then choosing a couple other things to focus on and grow as well. Okay. So the two things he was saying is to intentionally wear blue to channel Jupiterian energy. And also to focus. Jupiter loves it when you focus on just a couple of things. He was saying, with these Jupiter transits, especially in Gemini, put all your eggs in one basket. That's what he was saying. Put all of your eggs in one basket, not another person or relationship. Poo on that. But put all of your eggs in one basket in terms of like your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Third house, I heard. Yes, yes, it can help your reach. It can help how far your voice and your message gets. So it's going to be really important for you, leader, to decide, okay, well, what is that message? What am I putting out there? How do I want to be perceived? Because people be going viral for random shit sometimes, you know, and it's like, well, fuck, out of everything that I created, I didn't want that to go viral. So you need to make sure that everything that you are creating and putting out there, you would be okay with going viral. Okay? Like, what if this tweet goes viral? Would I be happy about it? What if this post goes viral? Would I be happy about it? So start thinking about it in terms of that. Oh, good, Lita, good. Good. So your job is to be intentional, perfecting everything. Yeah. And not only just to feel more confident, but to make sure, because Jupiter expands everything, right? Not not just the good stuff, it expands everything. So if you're feeling extra petty one day and you post something, it could be that goes viral. Oh, I would love that, Lita. I would love that. That would be awesome. And then I will definitely promote it too on my end. In my channels that I have going on, I'll definitely give you a shout out and help direct people over to you. You felt led to wear lepidolite. It ain't blue. Off the top of your head, do you know what lepidolite represents? I don't off the top of my head, but it might be worth looking into just to see how you can be more conscious of that. Yes, I know a gift is great and beautiful, but I'm still gonna post it, girl. I'm still gonna post it. I'm still gonna shout out the community, because here's another thing about it being the age of Aquarius is we all need to help each other. And it doesn't cost me to talk about anything, you know, like it doesn't cost me to say, hey, check out this dope ass gift that I got. And if you wanted to, hit up Lita, you know? So I'm still gonna shout you out. And yeah, felt, oh, okay, carnelian is all about your creativity. And Jupiter is going to help you expand that. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I feel optimistic, more optimistic than usual today. I feel like, again, it could be the caffeine, because my daughter did not sleep last night. Oh my God, she was up until like 10. I took her to bed at like 8:15. She didn't fall asleep until 10. And then she woke up like every hour. And then she woke up at 6 talking about wake up. Girl, no. So I've definitely been drinking some coffee today. But I think aside from that too, I'm just excited about things speeding up, like, come on, let's just do it. You know, that's the energy I've been feeling, is like, let's just do it. Yeah, she is a Gemini through and through and through. Healing alignment, emotions, and anxiety. That's beautiful. Because again, Jupiter is going to expand anything that that you have going on. So you're more creative when you're happy. Definitely focusing. Yes, been looking for a therapist. That's good. That's good. I have a post coming up on the Patreon about how important it is for us to ground our energy and to regulate our nervous systems during this time. She is so cute, little booger. I love her so much. Obviously, I'm her mom, but yes. So, one thing to start when it comes to mindfulness is like, don't automatically think like, oh, I need to just meditate and then do yoga. Those are great, those are wonderful. But first, you need to like backtrack and ask yourself, she is a chatty thing. Am I eating when I'm hungry? Am I drinking when I'm thirsty? Am I going to the bathroom when my body says I need to pee? Like, are you listening to those things? That's the very first layer that you need to address before you start worrying about meditation and blah, 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 blah. Are you taking care? Are you listening to your body's signals? And once you master that level, then you go to the next level, because the way we get out of our head is by being in our bodies and responding to the things that our bodies are telling us, right? And that's also how we develop our intuition as well, because when we are listening to our bodies, our intuition can come through because it's like, oh girl, you're listening, okay, finally, let's also go left instead of right, because I'm telling you that message now because I know you're going to receive it because you're listening to these other things that are going on within your body as well. So for mindfulness, and especially at this time, take this first week or so as we adjust to Jupiter being in Gemini. Take this first week just to listen to your body's cues. Do I need to go take a shit right now? Go to go to the bathroom. Okay. Hi, Style and Coffee. Is it your birthday yet? Happy Gemini season. Wait, you're a Gemini or a Sag? You're one of those two fun signs. So yeah, start listening to your body. Like, if your stomach is growling, go get a snack. If you've been holding your pee forever, like, go pee. This is regulating your nervous system. And these are things that we take for granted, right? But it's a very basic level of being a human and listening to yourself and your body, okay? So if you need to go to sleep, go to sleep. If you need to take a nap, close your eyes and rest for a minute. Like, whatever it is that you need, give it to yourself. And that is the first level of meditation. That is the first level of mindfulness. Yeah, we got to take care of our bodies, of our vessels. This time with Jupiter and with us being in an air sign, it's so much about our minds and our thinking and our thought process. But we cannot forget about our bodies. We need our bodies. Body isn't responding well to sweets anymore. You just ate a cupcake and you felt sick. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe it's even just about balancing your blood sugar. Maybe you need to have like some protein before you have anything sweet. Maybe you need to, you know, have a meal to stabilize your blood sugar before you have something sweet, because I'm all for having your cake and eating it too. It's just, how can we do it in a way that supports your body and your mind? So balance, that's another theme of Gemini. That's why they're the twins. We have these two poles. We have to find equilibrium. And yes, sometimes we need one more than the other. But if we've been running one twin to the ground, we need to let that one rest and come forward with the other one. Okay? Yin, yang. Work, play. Masculine, feminine. All of it. It's all about balance, especially now with Jupiter in Gemini. So if you need more one-on-one help with this, is what the Patreon is for. It's $13 a month. There's so many resources, so many digital guides, so many lives, so many podcasts, one-on-one access to me, community that we're building over there as well. So if you're the type of person that donates when I'm on here, you might as well save your donation for the one live and put that donation toward the Patreon, because then you have a whole month worth of stuff that you can look into, and it all stays on Patreon. So instead of having one reading, you can have a whole month worth of stuff on Patreon. Okay, so I know resources might be tight, but if that is something that you're interested in, please go check it out or share it with someone who might benefit. I'm still gonna come on here and be with you guys too, but yeah, it's just a little bit more focused over there. And We do monthly new moon Reiki. I send you monthly digital guides on the new moon. The next new moon is June 6th. It's the strawberry moon. So I already have the guide set up. I'm going to, I think, launch that on maybe the 31st or the 1st of this month and upload that over there on Patreon so you can see that, reflect on it, apply all the things that I write about. You'll be over there? Good. I can't wait to see you. So apply all those things, and then by the time the new moon rolls around on the 6th, you'll be golden, ready to receive the Reiki, because that's part of it too, is I'll be doing distance energy work. I just got, thank you. Thank you, Jackie. You want me to pull some cards for you? Did you have a question or anything? Yeah, I'll be doing distance energy work for you. So at a designated time, I'll be sending the Reiki energy to the members of the Patreon. And there's a bunch of information on how to prepare to receive it. It's just extra energy, love, healing toward your intentions, affirmations, etc., etc. So I think there's already like 8 different posts, informational posts on the Patreon. I'm as of right now, I'm like posting on there every other day. I'm trying not to do too much right out of the gate because I want people to settle in and not be overwhelmed with all the information. But I also want the people who are already there to have things to go through. The beautiful thing is on the Patreon, it all stays there. So you can go at your own pace, at your own rate. You can start wherever you want, and it just lives there. You can also download the resources and save it to your phone or computer or whatever. So that's what I've been doing, aside from being here, of course. No, I didn't take down the video. There's only one video that I made unlisted, and that was yesterday's video. So it should be there. You're going to Chicago for your birthday. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. Girl, let's see. From the way you set up that question, I do not know. Let's see, though. Yeah, and Enlightened, I sent you that screenshot of my friend who said that she had the same exact problem for some reason. But she was able to fix it by going near the login section. So, what does Style and Coffee need to know about this birthday trip? I feel like your friends might not show up. Okay, so it might not be as bad as you think it would right off the bat. But these 2 cards here bring me pause, right? One of the friends is going to be salty that the other one is there, probably not going to bring their full energy and personality to the party. This is also the sign of clashing. But we also have these 2 cards where it does look like they might try to keep the peace for your sake. If it's a short trip, maybe make it work. If it's too long, like, they're not going to be able to bite their tongues for too long. Do you guys have separate rooms? Look, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So for the most part, I think they're going to be able to pull it, rein it in, work together on your behalf. But these 2 cards here show that there is going to be the potential for some attitude, some sassy time. Do you guys have separate rooms? Do you have your own space? If you have your own space, excellent. If you don't have your own space, you're gonna have to lay down the law and be like, okay, you over here, you over here. That's what this energy is about. Let's see what else. You'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I believe in you. This style coffee needs to know. I'm excited you get to go on a birthday trip. This card is saying follow your dreams, girl. So I guess go for it. And just like plan ahead for how you're going to diffuse the situations. For the most part, like, it looks like it might just be a little cattiness, a little like, just card see anything I need. Yeah, of course, boo. Lita, I got you. Forgiveness. So the trip might actually bring those two friends closer together. Like, they might be able to like work through their differences or realize that the other person isn't as bad. Yeah. Okay. So they live. Okay. If they have their own place to stay, then I feel like they can spend a couple of hours hanging out with you guys. And it could be that they have a good time and decide to forgive each other, or decide to at least get along with each other for your sake. But like, maybe don't go to the after party with them. Maybe like just choose one person to party with. Like, so if you're all gonna party, let one of the friends go home and then you continue the party with the other friend. Like, don't go all night with both of them. And then the next night, go out longer with the other one to like balance it out. So they get one-on-one time with you, but also togetherness. Lita, Lita, Lita. When are you going to Chicago?
Dun, dun, dun. Somebody call me?
All these things. Lita. Tend to your own garden, okay? June 7th, awesome. Tend to your own garden. We also have this Seven of Swords. You can't see where you're going if you're always looking back, right? And we know that. We know that. So by creating a beautiful space within yourself, around yourself, beautifying your space. Did you get those flowers for yourself yet? But by creating a luxurious environment around yourself, it will help you stay in the present moment. It will help you stay in the attitude of gratitude, and it will help you refocus your energy every time that you find yourself too focused on the past. Yeah. Okay, look. We got the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. There is divine masculine. Girl, I'm gonna get you. Go get you some flowers. We talked about that win last week. Girl, go, come on, go outside. Go get yourself some nice things. Like, and it doesn't even have to cost money, right? Like, you can beautify the space around you for the free. So do that. Uplift your spirits, stay in the present moment, because we have this man here. We have the Emperor. We have Aries energy, divine masculine energy. We have like boss opportunity energy that wants to connect with you, right? Queen, Emperor. The only better match than this is the Empress and the Emperor. So it's like there are other opportunities that want to meet you and find you. Okay, a steak. That's dope. That's dope. That's good. Now get some flowers, beautify your space, help you get more into the receptive side of things, okay? Because there is some divine masculine energy that wants to like bless you some more, bless you financially. So this could be job opportunities, more money coming in through your entrepreneurship, because the Emperor also rules entrepreneurial pursuits. This is also about you getting out in the sun, having some fun. This is Gemini season, also Leo season. So we have a lot of different astrological energies that want to play with you. I also feel like you're at the end of your pity party for yourself. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. You're tired of being tired. You're tired of being sad. And this is finally coming through in your cards and in your readings. And by doing these last little things that you have to do, You're going to start feeling more in your power, especially because with Jupiter hitting your third house of communication, like more people are going to come toward you. More people are going to be like, hey, let's talk. Hey, I like the way you talk. I like your voice. I like your ideas. I like what you're doing here. And that attention is going to revive you. It's going to revive you. How do I know? Because the same thing happened to me. The same thing happened to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm the shit. Like, why am I? Why have I wasted so much time being upset? There's so many fish in this sea over here. Wow. Forgot. Okay. Spiritual career. Spiritual career. We love it. We also have compassion. We have karmic completion. Love that. Then we have leadership, which goes right along here with the Emperor card, right? Leadership. And look, it's all the sacral energy colors. And then one of my favorite ones, environment. So yes, we were just talking about you tending to your own garden. And this is the heart chakra color. So by changing your environment, the feng shui, the decorations, bringing more nature in with you, going outside more, going somewhere that you haven't gone in a while, by shifting your environment, cleaning your house, cleaning out your closet, figuratively and literally, cleaning out your phone, deleting old messages, deleting old pictures, doing those sorts of things. So maintaining your environment is going to bring you a lot more opportunities, peace, clarity, and the like. Let's see what the animals have to say today. See, Jupiter's already doing its thing. Jupiter's already doing its thing, girl. Just leave need to know to her under skin. Yes. Turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Okay, so now the more that you start giving to others, the better you're going to feel about yourself. And it's so funny that you said you were going to send me some stuff, because this is already that energy. This is already you channeling that, where it's like giving more of yourself makes you feel more complete, especially when it's your choice and you are not expecting anything in return. You realize when you give with an agenda to people, it doesn't fill you up the same way, because you're like hoping they're going to give you something back. But when you give just out of like, I just want to help, I just want to do this, I just want to be nice, it fills you all the way back up. Let me look this one up to see if there's anything else we need to say about it. It says, Turkey Spirit's message for you is that you always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. With Jupiter, right? And everything else that I was saying. Give with gratitude and grace. From love and compassion, knowing Spirit will respond by giving you all you need in this moment and moments to come. I thought that was my baby. It's my nephew's. Then it says, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Use your spiritual practices to reconnect with spirit and remember how it feels to embody abundance. And you will give as much as is needed right now. Know that whatever you need to fill your stores is coming to you right now. Love, prosperity, knowledge, and assistance from allies who are everywhere and want you to be the abundance that you seek. And then it ends with the line, abundance is yours. So girl, don't trip. Everything is going perfectly. And I think you're finally crossing like this threshold where you will begin feeling it and not feeling it in like the way you've been feeling it, in terms of like sad and upset and heartache, but like feeling the hope in the air, feeling the abundance in the air, feeling the change in the air, because all of that is definitely here. I love it too. I'm excited. I'm excited for you because these cards are a lot more optimistic than they have been the last couple of times that we've pulled for you. And that means that you've been doing the work. And that also means that the energy's been moving through you, right? Because that's all that it is. It's energy moving through you. You just experience the energy, and some of it lasts longer than others, but it's all an experience of transiting energy. And with this Jupiter and Gemini transit, I'm telling you guys, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It changes the pace. It changes the speed. Well, I guess speed and pace is the same thing. It changes everything. It changes our experience of what is to come and our perception of what is to come. So, even if whoever is listening, even if you want nothing to, you're so welcome. Even if you want nothing to do with the Patreon, I still encourage you to pull up your birth chart, okay? And you can Google birth chart calculator, put your information in there, and it's going to pull up a wheel. And the wheel might look confusing, but all I need you to do is go look for the Gemini symbol. The Gemini symbol is like two ones, okay? Or like the Roman numeral 2. Look at that. Find where it's at in your little wheel. And maybe it's a list, like in certain apps, it'll list it out. Find where Gemini is for you. And it is that area of your life that is being focused on and expanded for the next year and a month, or a year and 2 weeks. Very important, so that you can understand logically what's happening and how to like capitalize on it. Because Jupiter's in Gemini only once every 12 years. Jupiter does have transits every year, obviously. So next year, Jupiter is going to move into Cancer, and that's going to hit, 12th house for you. That's going to hit a different aspect of life, right? Because then you're going to be looking to where Cancer is in your chart, and Jupiter is going to expand your Cancer house. So, yes, planets are always moving, planets are always changing, but when we know how they're moving and we know how they're changing, then we know what we can do to work through it, work with it, and like stay sane in the process. 12th house. So it's going to be expanding like your subconscious realms. It's going to be expanding spirituality. It's going to be expanding your imagination. And in some cases it could be expanding like your fears and your worries and things like that. Because the 12th house is what is in the dark. Your karma, right? So knowing that, it can help you address things head on instead of shying away from it, and just know like, why is this happening to me? Oh, because Jupiter is in my 12th house and it is expanding this, so I can look at it, I can heal it, I could grow from it, I can be strengthened by it. Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, if you know what's going, and because there's people who have planets in the 12th house already and they live like that their whole entire life. So it's learning how to work with that energy, because it's not bad. It's actually really good to, but it requires deep work, because the 12th house is the house of the subconscious. So you have to like clear out the sludge and the gunk and like do some deep digging sometimes when you have a 12th house transit. So it can be heavy work, especially if you don't realize that's what's happening to you. Enlightened, no, don't think of it like that. Lita, don't scare anybody. Saturn in transition, your 12th house. Girl, Saturn is worse than Jupiter in there, because Saturn is teaches you some really difficult lessons, especially if you haven't done shadow work in the past. So, Enlightened, do you know how I was talking to you about past wounding, the wounded healer, all of that type of stuff? When Jupiter is there, it's going to shine a light into these darker places. So if you've already been aware of certain things going on, it's not going to be as scary as a transit because you're like, oh, I already know I needed to deal with these things. I already know these are my wounds. I already know that this is, where I need a little extra work. So Jupiter being there is just going to zoom in and show you how much work you have left or how much work you've already done. So it's not anything to be scared of. It's just you will not be able to hide in the ways that you once wanted to be able to hide. Jupiter is going to say, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to make this thing bigger. So whatever you're suppressing, Jupiter is going to say, look at it. Let's look at it. Let's address it. Let's resolve it. Because Jupiter could play all day. That's the thing about Jupiter is it's expansive. It's like, I got more. Don't worry, there's more. So there's more where that came from, whether it's the good, the bad, or the ugly. So that's all that means, enlightened. And through this experience, you are going to be made stronger because Jupiter always rewards you. Okay, so you look at your birth chart just to see. So if you go to the astro, you can pull up your birth chart and you can click on the green button that says with transits. So it'll show you your birth chart, and then on the outside it will show you where all the planets are right now today. So with Jupiter, the only thing we're focused on right now is where Jupiter is in your chart. Since you know that Gemini is your 12th house, then we know that Jupiter is going to be right there in your 12th house. Okay? So that's why when astrologers say this planet is going to be in this sign, all you have to do is look at your birth chart and see, okay, where does that sign fall for me? For me, my Gemini is in the 9th house. So Jupiter is going to be in the 9th house in Gemini for me. But for Lita's Gemini is in the 3rd house. So hers is going to be down here and Jupiter is going to be on top of that. For you, you're in the 12th house. So here's your 12th house and Jupiter is going to be there. So Jupiter is in the same place in the sky, but Jupiter is hitting a different point on your specific birth chart. And that, whatever Jupiter's hitting on your birth chart is going to activate that energy for you. That's going to be different from person to person. There's only 12 houses, so you're going to have some similarities with other people that you meet. There's going to be other people in the world who have it in the 3rd, have it in the 9th, have it in the 12th, because there's only 12 houses, right? So everybody's going to have a focus in one of those 12 houses. In order to find out which one is for you, you need to pull up your birth chart and find what house is Gemini in for me. And then from there, you can Google, okay, well, what does the 3rd house mean? You can even Google Jupiter and Gemini in the 3rd house transit. What does that mean? Or you could join Patreon and I can tell you and help you work through it. So there's so many ways, and it's all just about the knowledge for me, right? The 9th house is about the house of teaching, learning, expansion, spirituality. So Jupiter being in my 9th house is like, girl, teach these people. Teach these people the things that you're learning. Teach them the things that you're learning. Teach them, and that's my theme for the next year, is teaching and showing up and learning and teaching what I learned and showing up. So that is my Jupiter, and it's my Jupiter return because my natal Jupiter is in the 9th house when I was born, and now Jupiter is back to the 9th house. When you have a Jupiter return, so if anyone else in this room has Jupiter, thank you. If anyone else has Jupiter in Gemini, you are, yeah, so if you were born with Jupiter in Gemini, then that means right now you are experiencing a Jupiter return, because Jupiter is returning to the sign of Gemini. Okay, if you were born with Jupiter in Cancer, you will have a Jupiter return next year in June, because that is when Jupiter is returning to the sign it was in when you were born. No, I have Gemini in the 9th house. I have Gemini in the 9th. You were having fun during your Jupiter return, I bet. It's my turn. I need a Jupiter return. I've been waiting. So your Jupiter return happens every 12 years, depending on when you start counting, right? Like when you start looking, because Jupiter takes 12 years to make its way through the zodiac. Oh, okay, yes. Gemini is in your 6th house. So then why did you tell me the 12th house? Enlightened. So you got to scratch everything we said then. If your Gemini is in the 6th house, then the themes that you will be experiencing are about service, daily routines, the work you put out in the world. 6th house is the Virgo house. Oh yeah, we don't care where Jupiter is when you were born. I mean, we do, but not for this transit, because Jupiter is transiting. Jupiter is going to be in Gemini. Transiting Jupiter is in Gemini. So your Jupiter in the 12th never leaves. You always have that energy in your life. You're always working through your subconscious and your karma and all of that. That's just a theme for you forever, regardless of what else is going on. Jupiter, your natal Jupiter is in your 12th. It's not going anywhere. We're talking about the transits, right? Because although you have a birth chart that is a snapshot of the day you were born, the planets still move, right? So what we have going on right now is Jupiter, Jupiter is in Gemini. So you look to where you have Gemini in your chart. You said you have Gemini in the 6th house. So Jupiter is visiting your 6th house and expanding everything that has to do with 6th house matters. And it will be in that 6th house until June of next year. And then in June of next year, it's going to move to Cancer. No, yes, Gemini and then Cancer. So whatever house you have Cancer in, which should be the very next house, is going to expand that part of your life. A 12th house stellium. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But like, you chose this life, Lita. You chose it for a reason, whether it's just to gain the experience or what have you. Like, some part of you chose it. So we got to make peace with it and stop saying you hate it, girl. You're rocking it. There's a hard, yeah. But stop hating it. Ew. What's the name of that site? I'll text it to you, but there's astro.seek. You can also go to, I think the one I use is astro/seek. And with a 12th house stellium, it really might be, Lita. It really might be. But yeah, I can send you a picture, enlightened, of the website, of the charts. There's a little green button on the one. So when you pull your chart, there's a green button. It says with transits. You click it, and then on the outside of the wheel, it shows you in green all of the symbols of the other planets and where they are transiting, right? So transiting means moving. They're always moving around the wheel. Your birth chart is the one that stays still. So it's just like an imprint. Okay, so you stay the same on the inside, and the planets on the outside always are moving. You fed up so quick, yeah. Don't you have some Aries placements too? That has a lot to do with it as well. But yeah, it's like a clock, right? The planets move in a procession, and sometimes they go backwards, and then they go back forward, and they're always moving and hitting different parts of your chart, activating different energy in your chart. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You'll be good. You came here to do what you came here to do. And then next life, it's going to be what you went there to do, you know? Like it's all in perfect order. It might not feel perfect at the time, but it's perfect nevertheless. Why do you keep saying 11th house? What are you talking about? Enlightened what? What are you talking about? Gemini does not move in your chart, boo. Where is the house with Gemini? Which house do you have Gemini in? That is never moving. No, Gemini doesn't move. I'm gonna have to send you a picture. In your birth chart, Gemini doesn't move. It rules over a house. Each of the zodiac signs is in charge of one of your houses in your chart. Okay? And they never move. So wherever you have Taurus, you're always going to be a Taurus. Here, let me see if I can draw you a picture. Do I have my pen? That's the transit, yeah. So Gemini is not moving. Jupiter is moving. And Jupiter is going to be where Jupiter is going to be in Gemini. So wherever you have Gemini is where Jupiter is going to be for you. Right? Right. No, it's okay. I want to make sure you understand. Don't apologize. And if you're still confused, let me know. Because we got to get you to understand this. This is important. We got to figure this out. Yeah, that's the whole point of us talking right now. We have to figure this out. So you said that you have Gemini in the 6th house. Is that correct, Enlightened? Yes. Gemini is in the 6th house. Yes. Okay. I'm not good at drawing circles. So don't laugh at my circles when you see this. Let me try and draw it. Yeah, when you were born, it's in the 6th house. Okay. So here's a circle. And we're going to pretend like there's 6 slices to this pie. There's not 6, but pretend like there's 6 here. Okay. So if this is I'm going to color one in. And we're going to say, this is Gemini for you. Okay. Pretend like there's 12 houses. This is your 6th house in Gemini. Okay. What up, Pasha? Or fuck, I don't think I can say this name, but welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So this is the sign for Jupiter. Jupiter looks like a little 4. Okay. So Jupiter is going to be transiting your house in Gemini. Okay, before it makes its way to this house, and then it's going to make its way to that house, and then it's going to make its way to that house, and it's going to go around and around and around this whole circle over 12 years. Okay. So whatever house you have Jupiter in when you were born, that's the house that it's highlighting for you. That's the sign. Whatever house Gemini is in for you is the energy that is being highlighted. Pasha, okay, cool. So you said this is the 6th house for you. So Jupiter, Gemini stays here. Gemini is not moving. Gemini does not transit. But the planets on the outside, they all move. Okay, so Jupiter is going to go around and around and around and around forever, forever. Bye, Lita. But your Gemini is always going to be in the 6th house. Your 6th house never changes. What does change is the transits of these outer planets. So we also have the sun in Gemini. The sun is like a little circle with a dot in it. So we have the sun in Gemini, and then the sun is going to move too. The sun moves quicker than Gemini. The sun moves like every 30 days or so. So the sun is going to move next to Cancer, and then after Cancer, it's going to move to Leo, and after Leo, it's going to move to, which one's next? Virgo or Libra? Okay, so does that make sense? Your natal Gemini placement never ever moves. It's the planets that move around it. And depending on what planet is in that house is the energy that you're going to get. Okay, so right now the sun and Jupiter are in your sixth house, and that is highlighting the sixth house themes. So themes of service, themes of daily routines. In some cases, it's like the work that you do for other people. So this Jupiter transit for the next year for you, enlightened, is going to expand what your daily routines are. It's going to help you edit what your day-to-day life looks like. It's going to give you more opportunities to serve people and to be served in return, among other things. So I'll send you a picture of your chart again so that you can see all of the different houses and the planets that are going around. But the main thing I want you to know is that the houses, your natal chart does not change. Your natal chart stays the same. The thing that does change is the positions of the planets that are going around your natal chart. Okay? Those are called transiting planets because they're moving. A transit is something that moves. Now, your natal planets are all the planets that were inside of your chart at the time that you were born. And that's just like a picture. Take a picture, the picture never changes. Okay, so you have natal planets and transiting planets. And what we're talking about today is the transiting Jupiter. So you have Jupiter, your natal Jupiter is in the 12th. That's never going to change. But transiting Jupiter is in Gemini right now because when you're born, the planets don't stop moving, right? The planets still keep moving. So that's why they're called transiting, because they're still moving. The circle keeps on turning. The wheel of fortune keeps on turning, keeps on turning. But in the middle is you, and you stay the same. You stay the same. The planets are transiting around you. Okay? So I hope that helps. I hope that gets things a little more clear. And I'll send you a text message to show you again. And again, this is the stuff that we're going over in Patreon. So I can help you one-on-one and really help you hone in on what is happening in your specific chart, because it can get confusing. There's like two sets of planets, and then there's houses, and then the houses are ruled by certain planets, even though those planets might not be in that house for you in your natal chart. So I can understand for sure why it's been difficult. You read it wrong? That's okay. I'm gonna help you out. You're see, and that's another thing. We need to know the glyphs. The glyphs are important because Jupiter looks like a 4. Okay. So where is Jupiter for you? Or where is your Gemini? I mean, your Gemini still in the 6th house? If your Gemini is still in the 6th house, that is still where Jupiter is for you in terms of a transit. Now your natal Jupiter, okay, good, 12th house. Good, we got it. Whew. Whew. We got it. This is why once we get these basics down, it opens up a whole different world. And this is the part of astrology that can be intimidating because there's so much to think about, right? You got to know the symbols. You got to know the houses. You got to know the difference between natal and transiting. And I want to be there to help you grasp that. Because once you get those basics down, astrology unlocks so much for you. And it can be really transformative, but it can be intimidating at the beginning as well. So we're getting there. We're getting there step by step, day by day. I'm bringing you on board, Enlightened. Oh, man. But I got to get ready for this. It's more of 11th, though. So that's when you look at the key on your chart and it tells you where the planet falls. Because it could be that it's at the end or the very beginning of a certain house. But when you look at the key at the bottom and it tells you all the planetary placements, you go by whatever sign it says next to it. So it might have the sign of Jupiter and say right next to it, whatever house it is for you. And sometimes you have to go by those houses and those degrees because you can't really tell from your chart. Sometimes it looks like it's about to be in a whole different house. That's why the key is important for you to look at the bottom, because it will clarify it for you. And if it's in a later degree, it means like it's even more of that house energy, that sign energy. But there's 29 degrees in every single house. So yours might be in a later degree. But yeah, let's not get carried away right here. I gotta go get ready for this baby to wake up. Text me if you're still confused. I got you. I'm gonna pull your charts maybe Monday. Maybe tomorrow if I have some time, but I don't know that I will. If I don't have time tomorrow, I'm gonna pull your chart Monday for like the life's purpose and career and all that, which I feel like I touched on a little bit, but I want to like look more closely into it. Essentially, for you, you need a job that allows for variety, allows you to be your own boss, or at least have more freedom to be your own boss. Having travel included is a huge plus. And themes of like deeper learning and spirituality. From what I remember about your chart, that is going to be something that's more ideal for you. But we'll get into it. I got to go. I hope you have a great day. And please continue sharing this page, the Patreon, TikTok, everything. Share it, please. I appreciate you.